And playing
What's going on? It's Super Bowl Sunday.
Super Bowl
Let's
Sunday.
let's go. Even though the Patriots are not in it, it's always a good day.
It don't
Uh,
matter.
Filled with football, food, booze.
Yeah, I got the crib smelling like buffalo chicken dip right now. So
Oh yeah, wafting and all of it right now.
yes, sir.
Love it. Love all this. The smells of Super Bowl Sunday. The smell of a football Sunday.
For sure.
Um,
Yeah,
it's bittersweet because Super Bowl Sunday means it's the end of another football season. The end. It
the
never
end of
ends. It never ends for us because we're
yeah
always researching and thinking about the next move for the Patriots and football in general. But as a whole, the 2024 season comes to an end today.
comes to an end. Philly
Man,
and Kansas City.
yeah, yeah. As you
Oh
can as you
wow,
can see, you already know who I'm rooting for.
this shit is comedy.
Like I said, I bought it I forget when I bought it. I bought it a couple years ago, and I was literally looking for it this morning. I was like, "Fuck, where did I put it?" I finally found it, so let's go.
The headband with the hair is.
It's the whole thing too. It's like, so I
Holy
love
shit,
me
that's
some
funny.
Kermit Mahomes here.
Yeah, word. Nah, I had to wear my Pat's Randy Moss, obviously.
Welcome
Welcome
back,
back.
Randy.
Looked great, looked amazing.
Sure did.
Super happy to see him back. That was definitely a big time blow with the news when that transpired. So
That hit hard.
um yeah, so just glad that he's healthy, happy,
Hmm.
back to where even the tribute was phenomenal with
Oh, it was
all
great.
his teammates and just welcome back, Randy. We'd love to see you, buddy. The goat, the goat is back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
No,
many, many,
there's no,
many.
really no better way to start Super Bowl Sunday off with
No, no,
with that. So
can't. Many, many. Like I said, many, 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 many more countdowns coming for Randy.
absolutely,
Um, I had a Moss jersey. I have no idea where it went. Otherwise, I'd be throwing that on too for Randy. But
for sure.
like I said, this is second best. So we off and rolling. This matchup stinks. So we figured, I should say. Uh, let's start with some football news.
Yeah,
Breaking today, Aaron Rodgers outski,
out.
outski. I mean,
Unfortunate.
everybody saw this coming, but like, what a dumpster fire! What an experiment Aaron Rodgers was in New York. Like, wow.
It's such a. It's like what like remember when and it's funny too because like when you would assume or want a career to end, obviously someone like Brady, right? But
Yeah,
when you're
yeah,
a big time quarterback, like that's how you
of
want to go
course,
out. But
of
it's
course.
crazy how the whole situation of him getting drafted by Green Bay and then Favre leaving, and Favre had success when he left, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? And then
Yeah,
for obviously for Favre to be on the Jets as well, it's like damn, like you just can't get out of Favre's shadow really. But
the
it's
Jets are where quarterbacks go to die. Like
and it's
their
not the only
careers are
place,
just
right?
done.
Like it's not. It's just one of those places, and it's like, damn, like one of the greatest of all time is like this is going to be a part of his legacy for the rest of all eternity when it comes
Yeah,
to the football universe, sports world. It's like, okay, this dude he was on pace to be the most talented football player at the quarterback position ever.
yeah.
Obviously up until like Mahomes started,
Hmm.
doing his thing. But as far as arm talent, there was really no debate when it came to that aspect. So to see him fall off like this in the manner that it's going,
Sucks. Kind
it
of
sucks to
sucks. Like
see. I mean, I was never really like a crazy Rogers guy. I mean,
I wasn't
phenomenal
either.
dude. I always gave him respect, but if
Yeah,
he was playing, it was never like, oh, let me sit down and watch this. You know what I mean? Like,
there was a few
I don't.
times. The few times I was like, okay, it's Aaron Rodgers. Like some of those Sunday night football games, where it's Green Bay and whoever, I was
If
like,
it
all right, I'll
depended the
watch it because
matchup, yeah, of course,
yeah,
yeah.
because it's Rodgers, and who knows what would happen with Rodgers in there. But yeah, he was never for me. I'm the same way. He was never for me. Like, gotta watch it or see what Rodgers like Brady or even Peyton Manning. Like,
Of
You
course,
never
yeah,
know what they could do.
of course.
Um,
Breeze.
Breeze, yeah, we go down the list for all the QBs. Um, but yeah, he was yeah. Rogers is hit or miss. Like he had his moments. He has a Super Bowl. Um, Forgetful Super Bowl. To be honest with you, like the Steelers and you would
It
think
was
the
more so the
Steelers.
defense. It was more
Yeah,
so
you
the
would think
defense.
though, like the Steelers and the Packers would be like a matchup. You know what I mean? Like an unforgettable matchup. And to be honest with you, as big of a football fan as I am, I couldn't tell you one fucking thing that happened in that game. Like
I
memorable.
do know the only thing I do know was I'm pretty positive Charles Woodson got an interception,
Is that yeah?
which was
So like
dope. Like, I mean,
I don't.
he was obviously on his way out, so seeing Charles go
Yeah.
out with,
Yeah.
a Super Bowl was super dope. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, that was just that
I
was
don't
it,
remember anything
and
from it.
it's that's
Like
it.
every Super Bowl, you could pick something out and be like, I remember that,
Yeah,
or I remember this. Even one moment, like Steelers and the Cardinals, the fumble return.
plenty,
Like you know what I
plenty,
mean? Like something as small of
plenty.
a matchup as that is, where the Cardinals were kind of like up and coming. Nobody saw them in there.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, even that I could pick a memory out, but that one I
no,
forgetful. So,
not at all.
but with it being in New Orleans and TB12 is on the broadcast today, which is going to be so weird.
Yeah,
Listening to Tom Brady
yeah.
broadcast the Super Bowl,
And
like
I'm not really. There's some people that are on the fence with him.
mhm,
I think that he's incredible. I mean, I know like Tony Romo's an acquired taste for a lot of people.
mhm.
Um, I
He's hit or miss.
assumed,
I
I
think.
assume Troy Aikman as well. I think Troy Aikman is phenomenal as well. But it's just like you see the differences with all these greats that are quarterbacks
Mhm.
that are now able to address and communicate the game in a way that can us in a sense break the game down for the viewer.
Of course, of course.
And Brady does that phenomenally, just like Troy Aikman has his way of doing it. Tony Romo has his way
He
of doing it.
he does. I think it's the delivery though. I think it's where people kind of fall off on Brady, where it's like
Yeah.
it's so monotone. There's not a
I think that he's still. I mean, obviously he still is, but
first year.
he'll find his niche.
Yeah,
I did wish that he chose to either be with the Raiders full time or do broadcasting full
pick
time
one. Yeah,
because
yeah.
obviously not even with the legal stuff, but it's like he can't really be who he truly
No,
can blossom to be as a
no,
commentator because of that position that he's in. So
no. And he
that
can't broadcast any Raiders games,
exactly. So
which
and
sucks because they're here next year. So if
yeah,
that was on Fox, it would be cool to have like
yeah,
Brady broadcast
that would be dope.
Raiders, Patriots, and
That would be
Foxborough,
dope
especially if it's in December and it's
for
snowing out.
sure,
You have like
for
all
sure.
the tuck rule game and all that, the
Absolutely.
playoff game and all that shit. Like that would bring aura to the game, and you can't have it. So like I agree. I love Tom, obviously. But pick one.
Yeah,
You're gonna broadcast, broadcast. You're gonna be, associated with the Raiders, be associated with the Raiders. Like
yeah,
so, I agree
and
there. But
it's
it's just
yeah,
to hear his voice on Super Bowl Sunday and not on the field. He's in the broadcast booth. I don't know
yeah.
if that makes us old. I don't know if that just like it's gonna be weird. I
I
think it's gonna be
mean,
weird for a little bit.
it's kind of like who knows, right? This may be his coming out party.
Maybe.
Like it may be like because we all know the competitor that he was still is
Oh yeah.
to this day.
Oh yeah.
Everybody in the world knows that if Tom Brady wanted to play football right now, he could do so at a
He
high
could.
level.
Hmm.
So it's just like damn, like he knows that he has to separate and get away from it.
Hmm.
And obviously work on his future and be there for his family in other ways
Yeah.
while also being in the light. But yeah,
He'll never be out of the light.
never. Even
Tom
if he
Brady will
wanted
never
to,
be out of the light.
even if he wanted to, he never would
Now,
be.
even if he escapes to an island
Especially now
somewhere,
with this
yeah.
the whole Chiefs dynasty and all that bullshit. Like
Oh yeah.
Tom Brady is never gonna fade away ever, ever,
Nope.
ever, ever, ever.
Which is fine.
Which yeah, we I don't
We
mind
don't
that at
want him to
all.
go anywhere.
I don't
A
mind
couple
him. I
years
don't
ago, I
mind that
did.
at all.
I was a a Patriots backer when Brady left. I was like, all right, well, you want to go, then fucking go.
Mhm.
I'm not supporting you. You're on another team. I'm supporting the Patriots. And that was a Cam Newton year, obviously, and then Mac
Yeah.
Jones and whatever.
Yeah.
But I stand with that. Like, sorry, I'm not going to follow you. Like,
No.
thank you for everything you did here. You are the greatest player to ever play in this organization. And I couldn't thank you enough. But you chose to leave.
See you later.
I'm a Patriots fan.
For sure.
I stick with my guys. I don't care who the quarterback is.
Yeah, I
So
mean, if you want to make a couple trades, we got Joe Milton for you. You need a quarterback. We got fucking Ramondre Stevenson. You need a running back. So by all means,
yeah, there you go.
Let's tap in that regard. But other than that,
Facts.
straight business.
Yep.
Fuck
But
the Raiders.
facts. But yeah, so with the Super Bowl being in New Orleans, you gotta, as Patriots fans, you gotta go back to 36.
Yeah.
You remember where, you remember how. I was, what was it, 2002? So I was 12 at the
Yep.
time.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe what was going on. I had a Ty Law jersey, the one you got on, but
Yeah.
but it was the one you got from like Modell's. So the
Yeah.
numbers
Yeah.
are
Yeah. Yeah.
all
Yeah.
cruddy and like peeling off already. But I was when Ty
Models,
Law made
huh?
that pick, woo, I
I
was
know,
like jumped
right?
up, let's go. Um,
Throw it up. See you
yep,
later.
with that.
See you
Um,
later.
that defense was incredible. And I was just kind of at 12, you just kind of start to understand football.
For sure. Yeah.
When you're like 6, I started watching them in 96, but like I didn't truly understand the game until around that time, until around they
Yeah.
made
Of
that
course.
Rams Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Um, so I knew
And I
like what
was.
was going on,
Yeah, I mean,
and
I watched it at good times, so I was in and out.
yeah, you were playing
Especially
games and like
for sure,
whatever.
yeah,
Like, yeah, you're
running
12.
around,
Like,
watching it. I'm watching it, from all the screens and wherever I'm at, and then
yeah.
whenever my mother told me to sit my ass down. I sat my ass down, and I'm really like, okay, like this game
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
hosts. It's a city that I love. Very near and dear to my heart. I've been 3 times, as I've stated multiple times to you.
Hmm.
um Stories for days. I mean, the culture, the food, the vibe.
Jambalaya, baby.
It's
Absolutely love it. That's one of my
it's
favorite dishes. Like, oh, can't get enough of
gumbo,
that.
beignets,
Gumbos, beignets. Beignets are
po'
like,
boys.
I haven't had a beignet obviously from New Orleans. I've never been yet.
Yeah,
Yet. It's on the away schedule next year.
for sure.
Um, but every time I eat a beignet, I just feel gross after. Like it's I just to get that automatic feeling of like sweat and just like
Well,
ugh. They taste good. They
imagine
taste
being
phenomenal.
imagine being spitting distance away from the Mississippi River at Cafe Du Monde
Oh.
and biting into a beignet
If New
in
Orleans pans out,
in New Orleans.
listen, if New Orleans pans out next year and it falls on a time when we can do it, I'm gonna need some like Tums or like I already know some prep for that shit because man, that is gonna
I
be no.
tell you,
I'm hoping it's
you
Monday
don't.
night.
New Orleans is not a place that you should have a hangover, because the drinking to burning calorie and sweating ratio that you're doing, and food consumption from just walking in a straight line.
Hmm. The only problem
It's
is after a night of drinking, like I know I haven't experienced what Louisiana feels like, and God, it's been on my high on my list forever now. I know when I drink in Florida and I wake up and it's that
yeah,
gross, like soupy kind of air
of
type deal.
course.
I'm just like, I walk outside and I'm like, no,
No, so
like not today. So I don't know if that's kind of the same deal.
it's humid, it's hot, it's sticky.
Yeah,
But the difference is you go to Florida to relax, right? You
facts.
go to
Yeah, we
Florida,
wouldn't be going to New
you
Orleans to
parlay.
relax.
Exactly. There's nowhere to. there's no beach to just parlay and sit down and
Nah,
like, oh, let's enjoy, these
no,
women walking by in bikinis and jet skis and all that. Like, no, that's not the vibe. Like, you're
right.
you're just walking down Canal, you're walking down Bourbon, and you're meeting new people. The hospitality is immaculate,
Love
and then
that.
just being there, obviously, multiple years removed from Katrina. Like, there's a lot of the architecture in this city is phenomenal. I think it's amazing. It's very different, especially
Yeah,
if you're, being from Boston, like, where,
sure.
skyscrapers, highways, for
Different.
dirty roads, like, just especially now with all this damn snow, you just
Yeah.
potholes everywhere. But it's just like the history of the city of New Orleans. It's just, there's nothing like it. I mean, there's
I
you
can't
walk
wait.
by certain places, you see, uh, multiple places have Katrina floodlines, and like
Oh wow.
they'll legitimately have how high the water was in this specific area or this specific venue or this
Yeah.
specific place,
So I'm a
and it's
history.
just like,
Yeah, I'm a
yeah,
history
what?
buff, so I love all
Like,
that shit.
bro, it's crazy.
Not to
Like,
say like I don't love seeing that, obviously, because it was a tragedy, but
oh,
like
of course, yeah.
just
I
to be able
mean,
to see what happened here, you know.
I'm in the French Quarter,
Mhm,
and this is like maybe my first afternoon, my first time being in New Orleans,
mhm.
and I'm with a group of people. I went for spring break in college, so I'm just, we're all just talking, shooting the shit or whatever, blah blah blah. Katrina comes about
Yeah,
because it's just that you can't
you
not think
have
about
to.
it. If you were
Yeah,
if
no.
you were alive and well, like, during that time, like, this
The
was back. This was in
2006.
2016, so it was 10
Yeah,
years removed, basically.
right.
So it was still fresh, very fresh, and
Yeah.
you get to talking about it, and I'll never forget it. There was a FedEx driver,
Mhm.
and I said, "Excuse me, sir." He's like, "What's up?" I was like, "Do you mind if I ask you a question?" He was like, "Yeah, absolutely." I was like, "Please, I really do not want to trigger you in any way, shape, or form.
Sure.
I just want to know, like, how bad was Katrina? Like." So he started. He put his package down and he, like, giggled a little bit, and
Pause.
he was like, "Yeah, no problem at all, man. This is what the city's built off of, resiliency,
Mhm.
whatever." He's like, "Just put it this way." And now we're in the middle of the street, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, "Just put it this way. I had a two-story house, and I was barely on top of my roof. That's how high the water was. So I have a two-story house.
Jesus.
I'm on my second floor right now.
Yeah.
So even I'm not even at the top of my house where my roof is. I
Yeah.
am currently submerged underwater based off of his information on his home."
Jesus Christ,
You know
dude.
what I mean? So and just walking down the French Quarter, I just looked up, right? So I'm like, okay, so everything down here was underwater, and it makes you appreciate after that. I'm like, yeah, let's go, dog. Like, this is crazy how this is
Right?
even still here.
Right?
People in the vibes and the Southern hospitality, the food.
Love
It's
it.
like
Love it all.
nothing. It was like, yeah, all right. Katrina came, just like Lil Wayne said.
Things like Katrina though, and the tornadoes, that usually happen in the South and the Midwest, and that tornado alley and whatever. Um, I saw a quote from somebody, and I've lived by this for a while now. It's like seeing all these natural disasters, whatever, and it's relevant. Where it's like, I'm glad I live where the wind hurts my face. That
For
was it.
sure.
Like the wind hurts our face. It gets bone chilling cold in the wintertime. We just had, 6-ish
Eight
inches,
inches of snow,
eight
yeah.
inches, whatever the hell it was, dumped on us last night, overnight. But the sun's gonna come out, shit's gonna go away.
Yeah.
That's it. Like it
Yeah.
melts. It goes in the storm drain, it's gone.
Definitely. That it
That's the
makes you.
brunt of what we get here. So we're lucky in that, like California, Jesus,
Yeah.
it's literally burning down.
Yeah. Still.
So
It makes
I'm
you
kind of
super
glad
appreciative, man.
I live in a place where, yeah, the weather can be a pain in the ass. Yeah, the people can be a pain in the ass. And again, it just kind of all relates to, how New Orleans adapts to that and bounces back from shit like that. Where it's
So
like, I can't
resilient.
even imagine like you just said, being submerged that high, the water. Like so, clap it up for the people in New Orleans. You guys have been through so much. Um,
If you haven't
and we're,
been,
I'm
yeah,
happy it's there this year, just to
yeah,
kind
for
of give
sure.
them a little break from reality and just
Yeah,
enjoy the Super
for
Bowl
sure.
as shitty as the matchup is, um,
Yeah, if
which
you
kind of
haven't
brings some,
been, the highly suggest.
yeah,
I'll go to New Orleans. New Orleans was a place where the first time I was there, the reason why I've been there 3 times so far is because I told myself after the first time of, being there,
mhm.
I would live here, no
No
questions
shit.
asked. Like,
That was me in
it's just,
Nashville,
yeah, I've heard
Nashville
good
and
things about
Carolina.
Nashville. I've
I
heard great things about
I could see, but I
Nashville.
wouldn't live in Nashville. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
how
yeah,
you'd probably say
just
like you
right
wouldn't live
outside.
in New
Yeah,
Orleans.
of course.
You'd
Yeah,
live like on a little bit of the outskirts
of
because
course.
Nashville
Yeah.
is just after a while I could see that being like, but I could it's just yeah. A couple stories for you off camera. But yeah, it's I love traveling and obviously you do too and New Orleans has been so high on my list. So hopefully it lines up next year and it doesn't fall on, fucking Thanksgiving night or
I know something
I don't know,
crazy.
Christmas or some shit like that. So hopefully I get to go down there and enjoy, like you said, the French
Yeah,
Quarter and
I mean,
Bourbon
great
Street.
venue too. I mean, the Superdome. Like, I think with these two fan bases is, I
At
mean, the
least one of them.
Superdome. It's a yeah. Like for the Eagles, I'm sure Philly is out in
I'm sure they
numbers.
are.
I'm sure they're out in numbers, right? So,
Yeah.
um, the noise that that building can accumulate,
Hmm.
and also, being, you're able to see the structure and, how it's built now to withstand, the things that can happen in that city as well. The building being as resilient as it was,
Yeah, it's made it
you
through
know,
everything.
so, and but now it's like super, super reinforced. So you get to see it while you're in there. You
Yeah.
feel like you're a part of it.
Yeah.
But
That'll be
yeah, I
cool.
mean, fantastic venue. I know Philly fans obviously are absolutely batshit crazy. So, if
Sure
they
fucking
get a
are.
big play, or they're rolling on defense and rolling on offense,
Hmm.
it
Be loud.
could get really crazy in there
Hmm.
I mean,
And
obviously Pat
especially
Mahomes is
yeah,
Pat
they say
Mahomes.
that the Chiefs are, the loudest stadium, so those fans know how to make noise. So it could be a very loud Super Bowl.
It's
Um,
a very, very big echoing type of noise pumping type of venue
Stadium.
for
Yeah.
sure.
All
For
right.
sure.
Well, we've got the unfortunate matchup again of Kansas City and Philadelphia. Matchup stinks as any other person would watch it besides fan bases in Kansas City and Philadelphia. I wrote it as the shitheads in Kansas
Mhm.
City versus the scumbags in Philly, just because Kansas City they're just a bunch of shitheads. Um, y'all don't even know what you have, and you're riding with this 5 year streak like you've been good for forever. And let me tell you, if you want to sniff anywhere near what the Patriots did, you got a long fucking way to go. I don't care. You've got a long way to go.
Long
Um,
way to go.
and then I've been to Philly a few times. I've been to Citizens Bank, and I've been to a Sixers game. I haven't been to an Eagles game yet. Whenever the Pats go there, obviously we'll be venturing down there. Um, they are scumbags. They are scumbags. They are the worst, and they're proud of it.
Yeah.
They're proud of being scumbags, which is hilarious. I've told you, the number of stories from Philly. That's exactly them. They can't even. Well, most we don't know who, but like at least the mayor or the governor, whoever the hell it was, can't even spell their own team's name right.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Is it ELGL, whatever the hell? I
The
don't even know.
Elgas.
Elgos. Like, so you're proud of how stupid you are, which is absolutely hilarious. Um, and that just tells the story of
Yeah, I mean,
Philadelphia.
the unfortunate thing about it, it's
Sorry,
like,
Phil. Sorry, Sam. Actually, not even Phil. Phil, you're a hybrid. You're not even from Philly. You're from Maryland. You don't even count. Sam, you are. If
Oh
y'all are
wow.
on here. Sam is from Philly, so you're the
Yeah.
scumbag. Phil, you're an imitation scumbag.
Yeah. I
But I
mean,
love y'all. I love Philly though. I'm not trashing it. It is a great city to go to as a sports fan. If you're going there just to go there, nah, you
oh,
got to
I'm
be a
sure.
sports
Yeah, I'm
fan.
sure.
You got to
I
be,
feel I feel bad for I mean
yeah.
it's just like like how stupid can you be, right? And I don't mean to disrespect the dead, but like
And Philly takes it up.
the freshmen at Temple that after they won the NFC championship to climb a 40-foot pole and then jump off like and like now you're dead, bro. Like
Yep.
and it's like for what?
Hmm.
Like for
Because
what?
there's nothing upstairs.
Like
This is vacant in
like
Philly.
when you like all of the parades that I've been to personally, and I can't speak for you, but
All
I
of them.
mean just being able to just surround myself with like sane individuals and enjoy the moment and like
Sane-ish.
yeah, like of course people are
Like we have
nuts,
our own
people
idiots
are
too,
crazy, of course,
but
yeah,
they
but
don't
like
come anywhere near Philly.
yeah, but it's like yeah, like enjoy the moment, soak it
Right.
all in, like
Right.
appreciate it,
Right.
be happy, be in the moment. Don't do no dumb shit or like put yourself in a position to cost somebody their life or
Hmm.
your own life or
Or
like just jeopardize your freedom or
yeah,
like
or like what they did to the girl in the Washington after the Washington game when they were harassing her and like
yeah.
pulling her hat off her head, and the dude too, like walking out. Dude, you won, okay? Like, and I get it, it's a rival, and if it was us two, if we beat the Jets in the AFC Championship game, but I wouldn't go as far as I wouldn't touch another individual
No way. I'm not
unless they
I'm
put their hands on me. If they
and
put their hands on me,
of course,
then
yeah.
we're gonna roll. But
Absolutely.
I'm not going off after somebody and pulling it. I might rag on them, be like
Yeah.
JETS sucks, sucks. I'll probably say that,
Yeah, for
but
sure.
then I'll carry on and go about my way and continue
Yeah.
celebrating the
All in
Patriots win.
everything is all in good faith, right? Like,
Right.
yo,
I'm not
listen,
gonna.
I'm gonna talk my shit. I'm gonna be respectful. I expect
Yeah.
the same in return. But
Facts.
you know, you and I have a lot of my guys are Philly fans.
Yeah. I
They
just said I
obviously
have two
don't
down there.
condone you know the shitty behavior. You know,
Right.
these are diehard real sports, real
Right.
football guys, real
Right.
so you know it's tough. I would assume it's very tough being because that's like being a Patriots fan that really and truly loves and appreciates this team and organization, right? But then you have the delusional motherfuckers that
Like you and I.
just yeah, like you got delusional people that are just like, you know,
Trade
you
the
already
team.
know.
Trade Drake
Yeah,
for whatever
yeah. We
after the
have Joe
shit. Yeah.
Milton. Joe Milton's so much better. Like Tom Brady. Oh, they wouldn't do this if like come on, guys. Like all the
I would insult them more and just be like, wait a minute, hold on. You just said trade Drake May, and you want Joe Milton as your starting quarterback next year. Are you from Philly? Are you secretly from Philadelphia? Do you have like half of your brain, if not maybe, you know, you got dropped on your head when you were a kid, weren't you? It's okay. It's okay. Your parents neglected you and they dropped you on your head. It's fine. It's not your fault. It's okay. We're all gonna get through this together. That's what I feel like when I went to Philly. But like all their friends down there, super nice people. I literally went to a Fourth of July party and I only knew the two people. I only knew Phil and Sam. And the whole party welcomed me. I literally had a Patriot shirt on. So I kind of stirred the pot a little bit. I'm like, you know what? It's Fourth of July. The only red, white, and blue thing that I packed was actually Patriots. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
Absolutely,
We had some fun. They ragged on me, but like it was all in good faith. And
of
they're
course,
just
yeah.
they were super nice people. So it
As a
is.
whole,
It's
though,
it's the bunch. It's that one little bunch that ruins
yeah,
it for fucking everybody. And
yeah.
trust me, it's a bunch. Like Sixers fans, woof. Like
Terrible.
y'all just you Sixers and Eagles together. Phillies, I didn't encounter many problems, but yeah, we're just like that's just how today is with Philadelphia and them being in the Super Bowl. And New Orleans deserves better because if the Eagles win this game, my God, is Bourbon Street going to be a disaster. Like,
So I would assume, and I'm putting a lot of faith in this
mhm,
statement. Like, it's easy to assume that that if Philly wins, that they're going to
you're going to go
get
nuts, man.
fucking ridiculous.
They
But
are.
I think the city of New Orleans is very prepared for that. Based
I
off
hope
of
so.
the obviously
What
the
happened?
terrorist attack, and then building up to, they ended up postponing the game, the Fiesta Bowl, and then
Yeah.
having it the next day, and then, just obviously countless, troopers and National Guardsmen and
I hope they're ready.
things of that nature, security. And then, just a month later, you have the Super Bowl.
Hmm.
So, and then obviously, what transpires with Philadelphia fans, and what could
Yeah.
transpire,
Mayhem.
whether they win or lose. They
Yeah, you'll get a little
now
bit if they lose, but
for
if they
sure,
win, man,
yeah. But
oof.
I think that it'll help, bring New Orleans, like, what they're really known for. I think it'll be a phenomenal night. Um,
Hope
and I
so for the
think that
city.
I think that security will do what they need to do for
Mhm.
the individuals that come close to
Mhm.
be to you know
They're pushing the line.
going viral.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
stupidity.
Yeah, let's not. Let's try to cut out as much as that as possible.
For
Because, like,
sure, yeah. I think
yeah,
that
you
they're
won the
going to
Super Bowl.
be.
I never got it. When you win the Super Bowl or the World Series or the NBA Finals or whatever, the Stanley Cup, what's the what's the motivation and the need to break shit
Yeah, I don't
and
know.
jump on cars and fucking, like,
Roll
destroy
cars over and
businesses and, like, what's the riot? What? Why? Like, why? Your team just won. Why can't you just
yeah,
celebrate? Dude, go to a bar and get fucking hammered
yeah.
and then
There's
go
there's
home.
there's a gazillion bars.
Like, go home after, or just
Yeah.
stumble around and, like, I don't, just do something other than destroying property. Like, I don't get it. I never got that. I never got that way to
I
celebrate.
think I have faith in the New Orleans security and the
Yeah.
governor and being prepared.
Hope so.
So
I hope so for their sake. I really
I
don't want
hope
to
the
see a
Eagles.
lot.
Obviously we're both silently rooting for the Eagles, but
You can't even say that.
I think they. I think New Orleans. I think the city of New Orleans got it under control, no
Yeah.
matter what.
Hope
No matter
so.
what.
But yeah, so in terms of the game, obviously, like we said, shitty matchup. We're tired of this. And it seems like people are tired of it too, because Super Bowl ticket prices keep dropping. I looked this
Dramatic.
morning and they were like 2 grand ish in that little range. And that's the lowest I've ever seen. And to say, like, $2,000 for a ticket, obviously, I'm not just gonna go here. Here you go. But, like, to have $2,000 for a Super Bowl, um, that's it's pretty cheap. And so, like, to just have that, yeah. So to have and lower, like you said, you just all right. So to get into a Super Bowl for like $1,700, like, again, crazy, but that's cheap for a Super Bowl. So I think the fans are tired. I think people are just tired of seeing the Chiefs in it, and it's different, like I said, from the Patriots, because, like, when the Patriots were in it, I don't know, there was just that Tom Brady thing. It was still, like, drawing people in. Um, and the Patriots weren't that. I don't. Obviously, we're Patriots fans, so we're going to be biased, but, like, I don't feel like they were that annoying. This team is annoying. Like, Kansas City is just annoying. Yeah, it's just
Fuck you guys. Like, you got Tom
Yeah,
Brady. Like,
yeah,
we can't wait till you guys don't have him anymore, and
yep,
rightfully so, right now, because
right,
look at us now, But yeah, I don't think I at least me, I don't really know. I never really noticed like a fan base being a part of it, and also being like, like, why are y'all doing that? Like, there
yeah.
wasn't really anything
They weren't in a
outrageous.
lot of commercials. They weren't. I don't know. They're just Kansas City. Just it's tiresome. They're the. I mean, I don't care about the Taylor Swift connection. I really don't. Like she, go do her. You know what I mean? Like she's with Kelsey. It is what it is. But it's that too. It adds
Hmm.
in that retrospect. And Mahomes' wife is just fucking insufferable,
Yeah,
and the whole family's
his
insufferable.
whole family, to be
The
honest. Yeah,
brothers, for the brothers, a douchebag too. So like,
yeah,
I just, man, it's tiresome. Literally wearing a Kermit the Frog shirt right now because I can't stand this dude. Like,
yeah.
and I respect his play as a football player, not his antics,
Of
not
course,
the bitchiness that comes with Patrick Mahomes. But if you strip Patrick Mahomes down to the football player, pause. Um, he's a phenomenal football player.
absolutely,
But it's
absolutely.
just all the baggage that comes with him and comes with the Chiefs. I'm done. I'm tired of
Yeah,
it. I don't want it anymore.
like
And that's
the
why
Andy
the tickets
Reid,
are so low.
Spags, Pat, Kelsey, like
Yeah.
they don't need the extra
No.
push.
No.
You know, they're great by themselves,
Yeah. And you
and,
got
and
every time,
obviously
and
together.
they're just on TV all the time. And then when they're on Sunday Night Football, yeah, Chris Collins with, oh, Patrick Mahomes. Like, just shut up. It's enough, dude. Like, I get it. We get it. You love yourself some Patrick Mahomes. And it's just like, go away. like, obviously, we're ready for the Patriots to take over again, which probably isn't going to come for a few more years here. But can somebody else just, in the
Right.
meantime, kind of
Yeah,
jump
it's
on? You
almost
know
like
what I mean?
nobody's gonna feel bad that somebody rains on their parade.
No. So, and
So
hopefully that's tonight. But we'll get into some of it because it is a football game,
absolutely.
and the Chiefs have had trouble generating points. As wild as that sounds, a Super Bowl team has had trouble this whole season generating points. The last game was the first time they went over 30.
Yep.
And what did I say before
Against
before the championship? I'm like, watch, today's the day that they're going to go
Yep.
over 30, and here they were.
Again,
Uh,
obviously against the mediocre defense as
oh
well.
yeah, Buffalo's defense is terrible, um, but the Eagles' defense is not.
Not at all.
They have Slay, and they have
Big
Quinion
play.
Mitchell, they have Coop, and they have a bunch of ballers. They, like you said, you just said N'Kobe Dean was a factor. That's a
Yeah.
huge loss for that defense, but they have the dude up front, Carter.
They
They
get and
have just
they got they cleared Graham to
Graham, right?
play off the edge now.
Yep. Swag.
Obviously, probably his last, game. He's obviously
Probably.
wasn't going to miss it. So, very happy to see,
Yeah.
very happy for him to go out
And
and put it all on the line one last time for his. I mean, he is the
oh yeah.
embodiment of a Philadelphia Eagle.
Oh god.
So, you
oh yeah.
know, it's and like I've been saying, I've been consistent. I haven't been wishy washy. I haven't been flip flopping. I think the Eagles dominate this game. And obviously it starts on defense. I
From your
mean,
mouth to God's ears.
yeah. I mean, it's just. I mean, there's just really nothing that I feel. There's nothing that I feel like the Chiefs can do again, aside from hopefully there's just a clean football game, all the fucking flags and all that bullshit. Outside of that, there's as long as there's minimal of that, I don't think it's even a contest.
You know what's gonna happen though.
Yeah, I
So get
mean,
ready for it.
we're all everybody's prepared for it.
Hmm.
But I think that it's just like there's so many ways that the Eagles can punch you right in the mouth and then knock you the fuck out.
Hmm.
And then after that just curb stomp you.
I
and
hope so, man.
it's
I really
and
do.
it's just all and it's just and I say that because it's like they are so much better across the board in all three aspects of the game: offensively, defensively, special teams. Like I feel like the Chiefs are going to have to. I think like Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Spags. This literally has to be the greatest game of their entire life, and this game is extremely hard to
Hmm.
be as close to perfect as you possibly can as is.
Hmm.
So on the biggest stage, regardless if they've been there before, regardless of first ballot, how many first ballot Hall of Famers the Chiefs have,
Yeah.
I think that it's just a no contest, and obviously it starts in the trenches.
The
And
Eagles have that like the camaraderie about them. They have that, everything's flowing at the same time. And granted, during the season, they were up and down. There was times during the season where we're like, oh my god, Philly's gonna fall off a cliff. I picked the Rams in
yeah,
the divisional round because I was like, I don't trust Philly, but clearly they've got something going. And like you said, they have resiliency. They're tough. I hate again being a Boston fan. It sucks to talk anything positive about Philly, but at least in this matchup, you give the edge to them in almost every aspect of the ball. And
no question.
the X factor that a lot of people obviously will point to is Saquon. And can
Rightfully
he
so.
can he keep rolling? And man,
Rightfully so.
the New York Giants, man.
I'll tell you.
If
Um,
y'all are a part of the New York Giants today, the organization, the fan base, woof for you today. Like this is a bad day for the Meadowlands right now, for at least the Giants, but well, the Jets too. But that whole area, that's just a bad day for y'all. Um, I think Saquon does. We're jumping around here, but like I think Saquon is your X factor, and it's as wild, as non-wild as that is. But it's just the dude's just running wild right now. Like
yeah,
he's he's running with purpose, and when
he's
somebody runs with
easily
purpose,
easily the best football player in the NFL, hands down.
yeah.
I think that goes without saying.
Hmm.
Um, obviously there's arguments with other players at other positions, but
No, of
I
course.
mean, but again, I worry about where he's at mentally, just because everything has been going so perfect for him, right? I mean,
Hmm.
he's running all over the place. He's going absolutely insane.
Hmm.
He could potentially have break Terrell Davis's record of the most years.
Which
I mean, excuse
hopefully,
me, the
yeah,
most
most
yards
yards.
in a season,
Hmm.
including playoffs. Um, it's his birthday today.
Is
You
it? No, I
know,
didn't know that.
yeah, it's his birthday as well. Playing on the so, but earlier on the week, obviously, like like most, I would say, which happens with a lot of players. We start to see the human element of them, bringing their families around.
Hmm.
Saquon's been in the light with his pregame ritual with his wife, and his son and daughter.
Hmm.
But I wonder where he's at mentally, because for some reason, obviously, the bullies of the internet world decide that they have nothing else better to do but to look up, people's past and try to find something
Hmm.
wrong with them. Unfortunately, Saquon's wife was found. Old tweets were found, that were surrounded by a word that obviously no white person should be saying. Multiple at
Hmm.
all, let alone multiple times.
Right.
So I just hope that that he was able to withstand, that impact, because I'm sure, especially as a black man being married to a white woman, I can't imagine being in a position where I'm at, how good things are going, and then for something like that to just
To just drop,
just punch you right in the face.
especially in this time. Like,
I know it's just a very. I mean, I've had the conversation basically all week with my wife. It's been she's. My wife is extremely upset about it. Obviously, I'm extremely upset about it because it's you want to root for those individuals.
yeah,
You want to root for Saquon. And I've grown to the reason why I know about Saquon's wife is because when I didn't know he was married, and then
I didn't either.
a pregame with him and his wife on Instagram, kissing
Hmm.
his son, kissing his daughter, kissing his wife. She's
Hmm.
amping him up, and then it's just like you see the comments, and then it's like all these hateful people, all these miserable people, just talking shit about her and her appearance, and it's just like
There's
there's
nothing
really
worse
no.
than there's nothing
This
worse than a couch warrior or a
it's just
keyboard
there's
warrior.
just no need for it, bro.
Yeah,
But then you fast forward a couple weeks, and then you see this come out. And granted, obviously, old tweets are old tweets, but words are still spread. Words still mean things. So
right.
I'm just hoping that Saquon is able to, I mean, he seems like a ridiculously mentally tough individual. Hopefully, this has no bearing to his
I,
overall,
I don't either. And honestly,
success.
I don't know him, obviously, but I think, like you said, he does seem like a tough, really tough dude mentally. And I think something like this can obviously derail you. We're all human. Like, these people don't understand too. That's what I don't get. Like, these guys are humans too. Like, yeah, you and I say this guy sucks, like Jelani Tavai,
Yeah,
you
of
know,
course.
but he's human. You know what I mean? Like, he's got emotions
Absolutely.
too. So, like, at the end of the day,
It's not like I would never try to find something
no,
wrong about his
I don't
personal
care.
life, or
You know what I mean?
it's
Like,
just like,
it's in the past. It's gone. Yeah.
yeah,
Was something said? Can it not? It can't be undone.
for sure.
But who you are as a person and how you've grown as a person, if you're still saying that, then yeah, we got something wrong with you.
Yeah,
But if it was just a moment in your life where you screwed up, you tripped up, nobody's perfect. We're here now.
I'm
You
sure
know,
I'm sure this is something that they're going to talk about
of
after the
course,
weekend.
of course, of
It
course.
just sucks. Like, you got the Super Bowl, you're rolling NFC champion, best
Yeah,
player in the NFL thus
I'm
far. You get
hoping.
to,
I'm hoping it
um,
doesn't. I
yeah,
really don't, because like I said, I do like Saquon. Watched him when he was at Penn State, and wanted him on the Patriots, obviously.
yeah.
But
I mean, who wouldn't want the guy? Who wouldn't want
that dude,
him?
massive individual, uh, just can run the hell out of the damn ball. When he hits the second level, man, it's like a
Special,
rocket.
special,
It's just
special.
boom, taking
You
off.
would never guess that he sustained the injuries that he did in New York.
No, no, and like
You never know.
I avoid taking him in fantasy drafts because of the injuries. I would love to have Saquon on my. I've had Saquon. I've never had him, but I've had the opportunity to take him, and yeah, I just Saquon is special, and like you said, hopefully that doesn't this noise doesn't affect him. Hopefully he plays a clean game. That he looks himself, and yeah, hopefully he can just keep it rolling. I'm probably rolling with him. It's Super Bowl, so you got to throw in some little action today. We'll get to that in just a matter of moments here, but yeah, obviously with the Super Bowl too, commercials comes commercials, and the one I'm obviously excited for is what's going to happen with that Ditka Uber Eats commercial
Yes, sir.
with the Dub
Yes,
Bears,
sir.
because that
Natty McConaughey.
the Christian McCaffrey one, still just play that all the time. Play that.
Yeah.
Please never put that away.
There's something in the works. There's one or two
So I'm
definitely.
excited to
There's
see
one or
that
two
one.
definitely in the works.
The Post Malone one, I guess people are saying that one's going to be funny with Shane
Okay, okay,
Gillis.
okay.
I haven't read too much. I don't want to, because they release them now. You can see a lot of them on YouTube right now. But I'm like, why am I going to
Oh,
watch them?
really?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
like, why am I
no,
going to
no,
watch
no,
them?
no.
I want to watch them during the Super Bowl. I want to be
Never, never,
surprised.
never.
Um,
Absolutely.
so I'm excited for the commercials for sure. And obviously we have a halftime show, and it's Kendrick Lamar this year, which Sure. You know, have
Yeah.
it okay. Like I have
Feel
some
like
of
we're
his
getting
songs.
beat to death with Kendrick Lamar. I mean, that's obviously no disrespect. I'm not a
No,
major fan of him. I
I
can't
could
say
give
that
or
I'm
take.
really a fan.
I
Like
could,
I respect him as an artist always.
yeah.
His impact to the community is always appreciated.
I
You
respect
know,
somebody's
every
craft and that they have enough talent to make it to this stage.
for sure,
Would
yeah.
I go out of my way to buy a ticket to see him? No.
No,
Um,
I mean, I've heard that he's a phenomenal performer. I've also watched a lot of his
mhm.
performances, live performances.
And he could surprise me
Um,
tonight. Like as a person that
yeah,
is, I have some
absolutely.
of his songs in my workout playlist. That's about it.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I mean, it's not like he's a shitty artist, but
no,
he's just not really my cup of tea when
yeah,
it comes to hip hop, when it comes to rap.
yeah. Well, we're used to the old stuff. That's why.
Yeah, I
And that
mean,
was no nothing can
yeah,
top that. And that it's more like some of his songs are good. I can say like TV Off is obviously one that's popular and humble. You know, I'm now obviously naming all the mainstream ones, but like I whatever. Like I'm
I
not.
haven't listened to his new album
I've
at
only heard a
all.
couple.
I've heard the singles that are blasted on the radio,
Yeah.
every other song.
Honestly, I heard TV Off, the one with mustard halfway through it that everybody keeps saying now, on that video with Drake
Okay,
that we posted like a while back. There was
yeah,
it was
yeah,
right before we met him. Posted a video with
yep, yep,
him
yep,
and there was and he
yeah.
did like a little.
I remember.
That's where I heard that song and I was like, I like the beat of this. And then when I heard it, I
Yeah,
was like, oh, it's Kendrick Lamar, okay. And then it turned into like that mustard shit. And then
yeah,
Born came out with the post because Lamar is coming to Foxborough. So yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I'm not gonna hate it. I'm not gonna hate on it. I should say. We'll see what
No,
happens when.
definitely gonna watch. Obviously,
Yeah, always watch the
you know, I
halftime
don't.
show.
I think he's gonna be you know, I'm just excited for what could potentially happen. I mean, West
Yeah,
Coast hip hop is
yeah.
a phenomenal.
I think
Huge
the
fan.
halftime show though, and you probably have a different opinion about it, but like I feel like the halftime show should kind of go with where the Super Bowl is.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if
I
it
don't want to
does.
be.
Like, obviously, never been to New Orleans, so I don't know if that kind of genre goes with the vibe of New Orleans. But like, I don't know,
I have no doubt that
like an ode
he has
to New
like some of the
Orleans or
marching
something.
bands from like HBCUs in the area and
Right, right.
LSU and you
Right.
know I know I feel like he is the type of artist, especially how involved in the community and the culture that he is.
Yeah.
As far as being a black man, I think that he knows
Sure.
he should have done what should be doing his due diligence
Like
and bringing the New
incorporating
Orleans
it.
culture,
Yeah.
incorporating it with his West
And,
Coast style, and making something that we all could
yeah.
enjoy.
And
And
as long as that happens, honestly, I think it'll be successful. Like
absolutely, yeah,
we've had some forgettable ones. We've had some memorable ones. Obviously,
for
with
sure,
the Patriots being in the
yeah,
Super Bowl, we've had some memorable ones.
for sure,
Little wardrobe malfunction back in the
hmm
Panther Super Bowl,
so to
um,
speak.
so to speak. But yeah, we've had some memorable ones. I'm again when it got announced, I was like, okay.
Yeah,
There are some people that are wicked excited about it.
yeah, and there was a lot of people that were disappointed.
Right. And
And
me,
I was one of those people because just like as we said before we started the segment, I really just feel like we've been getting beat over the head with him as of
yeah,
recently. Obviously, with his
yeah,
beef with Drake and blah blah blah.
yeah,
He dropped a new album as well.
yeah.
So I just felt like it was like could have waited
And
as well. I mean, he already had an online live. You know, basically he had a concert,
mhm.
so it's like now he's having a phenomenal year as an artist. I
Yeah, good
mean,
for him. Like I
good,
said,
absolutely. I mean, kudos to you. You're having a
facts.
phenomenal. If no matter how hard I'm going, pause in my craft. If I'm offered the Super Bowl, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, you're
I don't give
taking
a
it. You
fuck if
can't
people are
turn that
sick of
down.
me. I
No,
don't care if people are sick
no,
of me. I'm gonna continue to do it,
no.
and
And like
rightfully
last,
so.
yeah.
But I was definitely one of those individuals that were like, damn, like y'all couldn't have
That's
asked
it.
Little
Like
Wayne, man.
See, I would have been a
You
little
know?
bit more excited for that because I grew up
Yeah.
listening to him. It's a little, yeah. So it's obviously the new age, and with the new age NFL fans, he'll relate to them as well. And last year was what? Last year was Usher,
Yep.
and then the year before, I think was like the weekend
Rihanna.
or whatever. Was it always Rihanna?
Rihanna, yeah.
So great, like artists that were
For
going
sure.
here, but like I think one year was I don't even remember. It was like Maroon 5, I think, one year when the Patriots were in it.
Yeah,
We're
I
kind of like
remember.
going, let's do something different.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's do
absolutely,
something.
absolutely,
Let's shake it up.
absolutely.
And
I
me,
remember the Rolling Stones
the Rolling
were
Stones,
was
but they're a
one.
million years old and they don't even
Yeah,
sing anymore. They just lip sync.
yeah,
So like, let's, I don't know, give me something to, and I'm gonna say it because this is our podcast, and we can say, give me a country halftime show. Like, and I know, it's a popular genre, and I'm trying to get you into it. And you've had a couple. I've seen a couple country songs put up
a
there.
little bit, a
But
little
give
bit.
me
I'm
some
getting there
Kane
a little
Brown.
bit.
If you don't want to go full country, if you want to keep like the everybody into it type deal where it's, the new age and the old age and everybody can enjoy it. Kane Brown.
Yeah,
Give me Luke Combs, who's big right now.
yeah.
Like something like
I wouldn't mind a little diversity as well as far as
yeah,
genre for sure.
yeah, the genre.
Obviously,
It feels like it's the
you know,
same thing.
Jay Z taking over, and
Yeah.
because it was, I guess you could, obviously before Jay Z had taken over, it did take a little while to get a little flavor in the halftime show.
Yeah. Give me
But
something different. Like it's
but
just
yeah,
I feel like
we
it's just
definitely, yeah,
the same. Even like Maroon
absolutely.
5 or like Lady Gaga. I get it.
Fair
I
take,
get it.
fair
They're
take,
the
fair
popular
take,
thing.
absolutely. Yeah,
Give me some, you know
fair
what?
take.
And listen, NFL. Here's a wild idea, right? This will pull in everybody. And no, I'm not about to say Taylor Swift. Who's the face that you see before every Sunday night football game?
Carrie Underwood.
That's all I'm gonna say. You get
Hmm.
country,
Carrie
you
Underwood.
get pop, you get us as men, Carrie Underwood. Come on now.
For sure. No,
Here.
I wouldn't mind a little more diversity when it comes to genre as
So
well.
yeah, and yeah, I'm just saying. So my vote for next year, I don't know where it is next year. I think it's is it Miami or
Uh,
Atlanta again? No, Atlanta. They was just I think it was just there. I don't know.
no,
Um,
it was Las Vegas last year, correct?
yeah. Um,
Or is it Las Vegas
it
next
was
year?
Las Vegas last year. No, you're right.
It was last year, yeah.
And 2 years
So
ago was
this year is New
Phoenix.
Orleans. Let's see.
Where's next year? Super Bowl 60, right?
Super Bowl
Ooh,
60.
getting old. California.
Where is Super Bowl 60 going to be? Yeah, Santa Clara.
Yeah. I've heard that place is a dump.
So that's where the 49ers play, huh?
Yeah. I've heard there's nothing like when the Patriots went there earlier. I was watching Game Day, the Patriots Game Day for the local show, and Zoe was like, "Get me out of here." It's like such a dump. But even so California, give me Carrie Underwood next year, Super Bowl 60. Give me something different. But anyway, yeah. So we have the halftime show. We got the commercials. And as the Super Bowl obviously comes about, we have prop bets, and
You place any?
not yet.
No.
I figured we rattle some off here and kind of
Okay.
get a nice little parlay cooked up. Obviously, you can't. At least on DraftKings, you can't parlay prop bets. You got to just
I
you
know
got
it's
to
just
single them,
stupid.
which kind of
Yeah.
sucks. But obviously, you got the heads and the tails. You got how long the anthem's going to be, or who's singing the anthem. You know,
It has. I don't think I haven't heard about it being announced
I
yet.
didn't do I didn't do my due diligence before this.
59 national anthem.
So
Let's see.
John
Um,
Batiste.
okay. Oh, yes, 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 yes.
So
Yes,
you got how long
yes.
he that's gonna go.
Hmm.
You've got the color Gatorade that's gonna be thrown at the end of the game on the
Hmm.
winning team, obviously.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
got those kind of things, which is nice. I usually go tails on the coin flip. Uh, I think the anthem, whatever the over under is, I think that's going to go over for some reason. Don't know
Hmm.
why. Just got a feeling.
I always took the
Gatorade.
over on that.
Gatorade. So I'm in this. One of my buddies has like a family Super Bowl prop thing every year. They
Okay.
just do it for fun. There's no money involved.
Okay.
So it's literally like I went down the list. I think it's been orange for like 3 of the last 4 years. The Gatorade bath. So I'm gonna go purple. I don't know why. I'm feeling purple.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Uh,
Hmm.
don't ask me why. There's no
Yeah.
strategy behind that. There's no like
Yeah.
logic.
Yeah.
I'm feeling purple today. Watch, it's gonna.
I had no idea that it was orange the past 3 4 years. But as soon as you said Gatorade color, I just automatically was like, all right, let me go with orange.
All right, so orange. So you got orange. I got purple.
Yeah.
But the anthem, I say over.
I got the over as well.
Oh, I think it's a minute and 25. If I'm not mistaken, I might be
I
mistaken.
always thought I always thought over under 2 minutes.
Um, I don't even. I think it's.
I've never done
Well, so
I've only done those like you said, like whenever those happen, I never put money on them. I just always just keep a tally in my head, like, all
the
right,
only time I ever did was the one and only because I'm like fuck this, I'm never doing it again. Was Demi Lovato. I think it was Super Bowl. The Chiefs the first time the Chiefs were in it
okay.
with when they should have lost in Miami, and I lost because they counted the fucking like the flyover and the fireworks, and they were like, "Oh, she was still like saying the brave," like she was saying at the end of all that. And I'm like, she held it because there was the flyover and the fireworks. Obviously, I was like, but the song is over. So like I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing this again. I'm not playing with that. Like people, there's people behind a computer somewhere going, oh, 10 seconds.
Yeah,
And hold the note so it goes over, hold the note. So I'm not playing. I'm not fueling my money into somebody may or may not hold a note at the end of a fucking song. So
yeah.
but I'll say over for that. And I think the coin flip was another one. I said tails. I don't know what you got.
I'll go heads.
Heads,
I'll
just for
go
the hell of
heads.
it.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I guess. Do you have any other prop bets that you were thinking about?
Not in that special
Yeah, the
special sense,
specialty
but
player props.
definitely definitely from player props for sure. Yeah.
Let's roll. Let's roll with
Um,
some player props.
yeah. So just to give a rundown, I think I have a total of like 7 different bets. Right. I got like two.
Ooh.
I have two like 50-cent bets for the score. Right.
Hmm.
Because some reason. So remember
When we did the AFC
by
Championship.
that. So you in real time, and as you as my witness, I said
Mhm.
32,
You did.
and they did not give me 32.
Yep.
Like 32 wasn't an option for either team,
Yeah. No,
as
I
you as
remember
my
those.
witness.
Yep.
And it was 32. I don't know if I would have chose 32-28, but I wanted to choose 32, so there's a possibility I could have chose 28.
Yeah.
So I was pissed about that. For some reason, I think that the Eagles are gonna mollywop these dudes. So in my mind, I got the Eagles. I got the score 41-15 Eagles.
Woo.
But but 15
Yikes.
15 isn't an option
Okay.
for me to choose. So I
All
had to
right.
choose 17 or 13.
Okay.
But because I got fucked over with the 32, and I think they're fucking me over with the 15. So we'll see.
Somebody knows something somewhere.
Somewhere. Because why not, right? Why?
45. Did you say 45?
41.
41.
Yeah, 15. Yeah.
41-15. Yeah,
Yeah.
you wow. Whew.
I mean, they scored 55 points in the NFC chip, so
They did.
nobody knew that was going to happen. Six
I
rushing
just think,
touchdowns, seven.
yeah. I think Kansas City's defense is a little bit better than uh Washington.
Yeah.
You just had a brain fart there, my bad.
Yeah. So
Uh
that's just like I said. I put 50 cents on that.
41.
So.
Yikes. I mean, I hope so. I hope it's I do. I hope I'm not gonna be mad if that's the final score. Um as
But let me see.
yeah,
So I have three separate MVP bets.
okay.
AJ Brown.
Okay.
Smitty, and D Hop.
Okay.
I found out that the second highest percentage winning MVP is the wide receiver outside of the quarterback, obviously, for MVP. So
Sure.
I threw a couple bets on those three. I do think that Xavier Worthy gets in
Touchdown.
for a touchdown for sure. Who else do I have scoring? Obviously, Jalen Hurts, I think, is a no brainer.
For sure.
And what else do I got? I did take one parlay where I got Saquon going uh, under
The
his
yards.
whatever his yardage was at the time. I'm not sure
Oh.
what the yardage was, but
Okay.
I think that I think he's Spag's main priority. I only assume the DBs for the Chiefs.
Hmm.
Obviously McDuffie. He's phenomenal. So um, I think that they can hold their own,
Hmm.
so to speak, against the receivers, even though that's they're not a great defensive back core, and
Well, you
they
do
could
remember
get you there.
the last time they matched up in the Super Bowl was 38-35.
Yeah, and
So
and Hurts outplayed Mahomes.
yeah, and as
So
we know, what happened at the end.
yeah, yeah, we
Um,
know. So well, that was another thing that you suggested. What's the over under for the flags that the Chiefs get?
oh, uh, like 5.5.
5.5 in the big
Sure,
game. Okay, we'll see.
5.5. Yep.
5.5. All
Um,
right, let's roll with it. Let's roll with
uh,
5.5.
I just they're gonna get
Total or
it.
fourth quarter?
Mm, mm, mm. Depends on the score.
Yeah, right.
um,
What's your all right? 5.5 for the whole game. How many in the fourth quarter?
Depending on the score. So if it's what you're gonna say, 41-15, they'll get nothing because it's just gonna be
Yeah, they got to
a
get
blowout.
over it.
But when I give my score prediction, I think it's gonna be a little bit closer. Probably get about three in the fourth, around around and they'll probably there's gonna be at least two. No, we'll say three in the whole game where everybody in the room looks at each other and goes,
There it is.
there's that one, and there's another one, and then
There
there's
it
another one.
is.
Um, yeah, I think so. In terms of score, um, I do think Philadelphia is going to win,
Likewise.
but I don't think it's going to be 41-15. I hope it's 41-15, but I don't think it's going to be that. I do have a high scoring game. I think the Super Bowl, it's just different. Like it's the big stage. Everybody comes to play. It's the best versus the best,
That's
and
what I
you
love
really.
about it. I also that's what I kind of love about it being part two,
Hmm.
because they both have been here before, so they
Right,
understand the bullshit,
right,
the time, the half-hour fucking halftime show.
at
Like
least,
everybody, locked in. Laser, do what
yeah,
you got to do at halftime. Take your time. Go
yep,
over. Even if you
yep,
got to watch a little bit of film,
yep,
like go over the game plan
yep,
tremendously. Get loose.
yep.
Everybody stay
And
loose.
I think
Change your cleats if you need to.
one of the X factors here too is I think Kansas City, as rightfully so, I think they're a little cocky. I think they're thinking they're just going to roll into this game and be like, you know what? No matter what we do, we're going to win.
The entire and that's what I feel like. Legitimately, like, everybody is just like, oh, you can't bet Mahomes. I'm not gonna bet against Mahomes. Blah blah blah. This the Chiefs. They're gonna three-peat. They're gonna be the first to ever do it. Blah blah blah. And I just don't see it. And I'm not hating. I promise you, I'm not hating. I just
Yep.
like this team. Like, okay, the Chiefs as a whole. If I was a nobody that didn't know nothing,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And you would have told me, like, hey, this was the Chiefs offense the first year, this was the Chiefs offense the second year, and this was the Chiefs offense this year, there's no
This is the
way that I
worst
would be
one.
like, yeah, they're gonna win. Like, they're not gonna win. I don't think they're gonna win three in a row with this team. Can they do
It's
it? Obviously,
right.
but I don't think that they're gonna do it. I
It's
don't.
just it doesn't have that feel, and I'm the same way.
No.
I don't have that feel about them. And Kansas City usually rolls into the game where like yeah, the cockiness and the confidence. But I think Philly. You look at the schedules too. I think Philly played a pretty dog of a schedule.
For sure, yeah,
They were
and they
challenged.
had their division,
They play in a more competitive
obviously,
division.
yeah.
And as
So
bad as the Giants are, and as bad as the Cowboys were, those are competitive games.
and they
Um,
have, well, I won't say the Giants do, but
no,
they are the athletes that are in that division, especially now with the Commanders coming out of
different.
nowhere like
It's
that, like
just
they're
different, man. And
you know
I I don't think Kansas City was really. I don't think Kansas City had a game besides last week where there were people picking the other team. You know what I mean? Like it was just like, nah, like Kansas City, no Kansas City, no Kansas City. There wasn't that game where it was like, maybe the first one, Baltimore. I picked Baltimore in the opener. I thought they were going to roll in there, and if Isaiah Likely's foot was a little bit shorter, it would have been.
yeah, right.
But and then Cincinnati, like just the way the season has gone with the calls and the gift wins, and like I'm done. I'm sick of it. Please put this to an end, Philly. Uh, so with all that said, I've got Philly winning this game 38-30.
Oh yeah.
38-30. I think the Chiefs have the ball at the end to go down and try to tie it, obviously with a touchdown two-pointer. And I think Cooper DeJean picks off Mahomes to end the game.
Oh yeah.
Cooper DeJean is my silent Super Bowl MVP.
Okay.
My overall Super Bowl MVP is Saquon.
Okay.
But if you're thinking about somebody to take for the MVP prop bet to kind of just throw a little cash on, just maybe my Cooper DeJean is my pick. He's been an absolute fucking monster so far, and I think he makes some plays in this game. I'm hoping it's your score, but I'm thinking 38-30 Philly, and yeah, they get their second title, and we're gonna have to see all the madness that happens after that. Prop bets, like you said, I liked all yours. I think Saquon scores. I like Xavier Worthy scoring in this one. Kareem Hunt, I like as well. Um, maybe so it depends on who McDuffie picks up.
Yeah.
If he's got
Yeah.
AJ,
I think he's gonna just float around. Obviously, you got
yeah.
to try to eliminate both of them as
So
much as you can with him. So
whoever he's on, I'm probably going to try to fade a little bit. I'll probably wait till game time to throw that one in. But maybe AJ Brown, maybe Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith kind of just shows up in these kind of games and catches one. So you got a lot of options for any times. I would take the over on Saquon's yards. I think he goes banana land.
he should. Yeah, we'll see.
And yeah, that's what I think. Obviously, the tail end of this season, everything I thought has gone the other way. So if you don't don't go off my bets if you want to win money, but if you want to take a chance, I think the strongest bet for some reason, and it's got in my head, is Coop. I think Cooper DeJean is the X factor, and I think he's a solid pick for MVP. And
Hey
yeah, I think
man, I always root for a white boy cornerback to win MVP in the Super Bowl.
for sure.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it
So yeah, I think we're in for a good one. I
for
really do. I
sure.
think it's gonna be good. I'm hoping for a good game. Give me a competitive game. If it's not, I'm hoping it's what you said. Philly just
Yeah.
fucking wipes their ass with them. But I do hope for a good game. Let's put a cap on this year. It's obviously been a difficult football season for us as Patriots fans. Um, but like you said, I'm quoting you. Once that clock hits 0-0-0 tonight, it's time to go to work,
Patriots.
Mike Vrabel.
Patriots are on the clock. No,
Time to go
we're
to
on
work,
the.
Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, I
It's time to
mean,
go to work, Terrell Williams. It's time to go to work, Drake May,
Bob Kraft,
Bob
Jonathan
Kraft. Well,
Kraft.
however you want to involve them, but
Yeah.
um,
Elliot
yeah,
Wolf.
yeah, Elliot Wolf. You have a
Everybody.
system, so to
Everybody.
speak, that you couldn't install last year because of it was too soon. However you said,
Hit
you've
the
had a
ground
year
running.
now.
Hit the ground
You
running.
you have money. You have a star quarterback. You have the
Assets.
coach. You have the coaching staff. You have assets. You still have that 4 pick. So if somebody offers you the world, you don't have to stick at 4.
Yeah.
And
They
yes, we'll
got
get into all of this
yeah.
as
Yeah.
we roll. But yeah,
Debo is now another wide receiver, number one.
Debo.
That's looking to part ways from
The
his
only
organization.
the only thing with Debo is it's kind of a piece of glass. So I would love him on the Patriots, but
I
how
would love him on the Patriots. I just know that if we do obtain him, he's not the be all tell all. Like we won't
no,
stop there. He's not
no,
a
and I
number
would
one
hope not.
receiver. He's not a number one receiver. I really think he would thrive in a Josh McDaniels offense.
Yeah,
But he can't be the number one receiver in a Josh
no,
McDaniels offense.
no,
So
absolutely not.
a lot of exciting things to talk about. Obviously, we'll
Yeah,
get into that.
we
Rolling with the
yeah.
Patriots and obviously
Football
shout out.
season never stops for us.
No,
So
no,
as
no.
however
Shout
it
out.
goes, and the Celtics had a big win last night. We'll talk about that coming up.
Yeah.
Um,
Shout out to the C's too, man. That
yeah,
was a great game last night. Obviously, JT's top five dead or alive. Um, Taking care of business, handling
yep.
business.
So we'll get into
I
that.
love, yeah.
But like we said, football season for us too. No matter when it is, if it's middle of March
All
Madness,
year round,
something
baby.
pops up, you're gonna get a Pat show. It's the middle of May, and we're thinking Celtics playoff run. You're probably gonna get a Patriots show. So football all year round. Um, Everybody out there tonight, please don't be stupid.
Yeah, everybody be safe,
Enjoy your
please.
Super Bowl parties, but get home safe, and let's have a night. And like we said, Patriots, you're on the clock when this thing's over. And one more other thing, we have some merch in the works. Uh, I
Yeah,
saw the
shout
final.
out to Santana Designs. For cooking up some
Yep.
some heat for us. We got five
Saw
out
the
of the eight.
designs yesterday, like you sent them to me, and man, I was just like,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
One
They
of them,
just they,
I would love to have dropped before today, but
I
obviously
know, I
they're
know.
still in the
I
works.
honestly, we probably we can talk about it. We can talk about it.
Talk about. Oh, you want
We
to
can
just
talk
post it
about it.
after the show?
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about
Talk
it. We
about.
got three
Okay.
hours. We got
Okay.
3 hours.
All right.
But
So stay tuned for
I just
that.
I want to be really strategic and smart about it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
we're on the same wavelength for sure.
Okay. All right. Bet.
Um, but yeah,
Well, yeah, man.
as always, appreciate you, dog.
Yes, sir.
Um, Always a pleasure. 3 hours till kickoff. Um, I know you're with the family. I'll be with mine, but you're more than welcome to pull up if
For
you'd
sure.
like. Um,
Likewise.
Everybody out there, thank you guys for tuning in. If you have,
Yep.
we keep it rolling because we got great support. And just trying to get better. We've been networking.
Hmm.
And we're just growing stronger every day, trying to get
Yep.
right, trying to get
This
this
train
final
is gonna
product.
roll, and by this time next year,
For sure, for sure, for
we're gonna be
sure,
places. So again, thank you, everybody. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. The
for
Patriots will
sure.
be back in this game very, very soon.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. Enjoy out
Till
there.
then,
Bye, everybody.
Kermit the Frog.